Hi, I'm Julia Moran, Principal Engineer here at Monarc Bikes, and I am so excited to introduce you guys to our bikes. I grew up in Wisconsin with a family who found a lot of our joy on bikes together. So growing up, we would all go to different charity rides or other events throughout southeastern Wisconsin. Usually some odd combination of bikes. Myself on a trail along that's connected to a tandem that had my dad and my sister on it, and then my brother would be on another trail along or in a burly connected to my mom's bike. So it was always some sort of combination. Once you grow out of the burly, you get upgraded, things like that. So we always had a ton of fun that way, and that always grew with me. My dad was a mechanical engineer and began his professional career in the bicycle industry, and that was always an inspiration for me. So when I grew up, went to college, I decided to study mechanical engineering, and there were several different decisions I made throughout college that kind of led me to where I am now, but many of which kind of started with that decision to study mechanical engineering. And then from there, decided to work in a bike shop, which was a really great introduction to bikes. And it was in college that I started riding my bike for fun even more. Yeah, I always have enjoyed the solitary aspect of riding bikes at first. You know, growing up when I started riding for fun, it would be a lot of times with my family or my parents, but also mostly on my own. I grew up in an area that has expansive, amazing roads, country roads, where you can just go out and ride for miles without seeing a car. So I really enjoyed that. And then I always also liked the challenge of, you know, maybe doing a route that I hadn't done that's a little hillier than the other ones I normally ride, pushing myself further, things like that. And I still find that to be fulfilling today. And then lastly, I've always loved the human-powered aspect of bikes, which is funny now that I'm working in an e-bike company, but there's still that element of human power and also keeping your mobility in like this compact vehicle. And so combining all those things together is one of the reasons why I keep coming back to my bike, whether it's an electric bike or an analog bike. During my time working in a bike shop in Madison, Wisconsin, I found so much joy in having someone walk into the bike shop very clearly intimidated by this experience, which I think many people have experienced this intimidation factor, and them walking in and me being able to help them out, maybe get them on their first bike, make them feel comfortable with the very intimidating purchasing process of the bicycle industry. And so it was during that time where I saw a lot of those issues of, you know, people coming in, not knowing what questions to ask and feeling stupid and maybe feeling like they don't belong, which is nonsense because everyone belongs on bicycles and everyone's experience is uniquely theirs. And so during that time, I kind of found that I could position myself to help welcome those new users. And especially also being a woman in the industry, I always found a lot of joy and fulfillment out of helping other women come in and feel more comfortable in an area that sometimes doesn't feel the most comfortable to them. So during college, again, when I'm kind of experiencing the bicycle industry for the first time and seeing how it can have a lot of barriers to entry, one of the things that I started doing is leading some women's bike rides out of my bike shop in Madison, which started off very small. We were a small but mighty group, but it was a really great way to welcome new users. And there was already, you know, group rides that were led out of that shop, but not that were positioned well for, you know, new users who maybe weren't familiar riding with groups or didn't feel like they could keep up. So mine was very much positioned for people who, you know, just wanted to come out and have a good time, go at their own pace. And so that was kind of my first experience starting something up and leading something that allows new users to come into the space. And then from there, I've always still found joy in getting new friends on bikes, helping them pick out bikes, getting groups together, whether it was when I was living in Chicago and would ride with my girlfriends, or in Seattle, attending different community events throughout the city, always trying to show up and make the space as welcoming as possible. It's a really interesting experience working a job that is so closely tied to one of your main passions. And so I've had to very much separate them, and I view my job as I'm creating this space that's hopefully going to get new users on bikes, and I thoroughly enjoy riding our products all the time. And then I also, when the weekend comes around, love to hop on my bike with a friend or with my husband, and we go out for long rides. And so there's a lot of my personal life and my personal time that's spent on bikes, and I still view it very much as like, this is my choice to be here. And then it just so happens that I'm fortunate enough that my day job also encompasses that, and I view it from like a different lens though, where I'm creating this product that isn't just for me, but it's for all these different users, and it allows me to kind of separate those two experiences in a way. So throughout my years riding bikes and also working in the bicycle industry, I have perceived that many of the bikes out there and many of the bike companies out there are really designing for this pinnacle customer. The 0.1% of riders, the ones who are looking for their 12th bike, or maybe the ones who are super competitive and it's their job, or they, are the fastest ones out there. And so I always perceive that as, that is a great product. However, there are so many other users out there, and honestly, the majority of the users out there are the ones who are not that. They're looking for maybe something that they can ride to work, or maybe they can take their kids out for fun, or maybe just a way to escape. There are so many other customers other than that 0.1% who we should be thinking about and designing for intentionally. And so one of the reasons why we decided to start Monarch is to create a space where we can design directly for those users and remove all of the barriers to entry into this, what I think is kind of an intimidating industry. And so I really view our customers as those people who are looking to have this authentic, unique experience on their bike, and this product is going to allow them to choose that adventure and live their life by bike in the most authentic way possible. So we're super excited for these products to be cultivated for those users. And one of the people I always think about when I design is my sister, who is a mom and has a toddler who, cannot sit still and wants to be constantly going. And so when I think of a way to create a product that fulfills her life and fulfills her intention to enjoy time with her kid, take him around, take him to school, take him to the park, I'm putting her in my mind and designing for her, along with the many other use cases out there across all of our different customers. In college, when I was working at a bike shop, new e-bikes were starting to pop into the shop. And I, along with many people in the bicycle industry, had a little bit of skepticism. I wasn't too sure where these e-bikes were gonna go, how big this industry was gonna be. I think many people went through the same emotional roller coaster at first. And I then started to see the vast number of opportunities for these e-bikes. It wasn't just so you could go faster, or it wasn't just because you didn't want to pedal hard on a regular bike. It actually allowed people to maybe do something that they used to be able to do, but they can't because of mobility restrictions, or maybe it's just a way to get to work without having to take a shower by the time you get there. That's just two of the millions of reasons to ride an e-bike, and I started to see a ton of value in that. So it was actually while I was living in Chicago and trying to get around the city and try to get to my office job without having to worry about washing my hair when I get there, that I started to spend more and more time on e-bikes and actually saw just another example of an awesome application for this product. And I'm so glad that I get to be here to continue to grow this industry, because I think there's so many other unique applications, just because everyone's use case and experience is different. And so I'm here to try to design for that and provide every customer with the proper tools to make their life a little easier.